So we will be starting the losers match shortly. It's going to be a TVZ, same map as the winners, Ro32. First one up, Memory, our 10 from CJ Entis, and Luxury, our Zerg from Sparkies. So we did see a couple of TVZs back in Group A on Ro32. Fighting. So we have our white Zerg at the 2 o'clock spawn, and our red Terran Memory on the 7 o'clock, 8 o'clock spawn. So it'll be interesting to see if it'll be just the usual muters into the +1 armor and then hive tech. If it's gonna be anything like a huge lurker bust. Anything like the crazy Zerg we saw in that C versus 0 game. Now personally, I've mentioned this in some of the other times I have casted this map. I would love to see the players go for more eco openings, like heavy, like a little more greedy. But keep in mind, this is a loser's match, so if you lose this match, there is no do-overs. You're knocked out of the MSL. So I can also understand players wanting to play more safe. Now we do see no proxy shenanigans from Memory. No SCV going out, so no proxy barracks or anything. We see no pool just yet, so at 12 hatch. But I do, yeah. So the expansion first from Luxury. Looks like he will be taking the frontal expansion. This is not a bad idea because he can always take his third at the expansion in the back, and he is sending his drone scout as well. I don't see any racks from Memory just yet, but SCV is moving out, so we will see if that's. Looks like it's more to scout in this case, unless he's going for like a wall off. It looks like it will be the CC first. Perfect. So CC versus a hatch into pool. I personally love what Memory is designed to start things off with. Now the drone will scout this, and there's a chance it's going to harass SCV once it gets a quick scout of the base. And you can see no racks or anything yet, and did do a bit of denial, but the racks is down now. Now the drone macro is not too bad. It could be a bit better though. So for me, my own thought is that yes, exactly. So I think Luxury is playing this right. Since he is going for the third hatch, might as well make it at the in base. He also knows that the racks is essentially not finished or even close yet. It's about halfway done. So you might as well just, you know, drone up, get your third expansion there, etc. Our Terran Memory it's still in the dark. He hasn't even had a chance to scout yet, so he doesn't even know what's coming. You can see that's why the second Rex is going up. No doubt he probably would delay it, or more than likely delay it, if he knew that, if he had a better idea of what Luxury's build is, because he can always adjust on the fly. But the CC is finished though, just in time with the hatchery as well. And about halfway done for the in-base. So this drone block is pretty nice. It will deny the information, and the SC will have to turn back. And once the Zerglings are out, the information will be denied for most of the rest of the game, depending on how well the blocks are and the micro as well. So do we see the academy is probably pretty soon. And it looks like the first colony has been denied. So again, there's a bit of playing in the dark for Luxury as well. So both players are still trying to go up for whatever builds they have in mind, but they're still playing a bit safe too. So not necessarily a bad idea, because he did see, if I'm not mistaken, the second racks, so he might be thinking some earlier aggression. But part of it is that Memory didn't really know what Luxury was doing, so he got to be safe. And the academy is about, what, 75% of the way done? So Stim first, like range right after. The gas is done for our Zerg, so more than likely the Spire is going to be coming up soon. And we should see the Evo Chamber up as well. So that's usually typically for +1 armor. Although there is always a chance he might get the Hydra Den and go for a 3 base lurker. Basically, the +1 would be extremely beneficial and would allow the lurkers to survive much longer against M&M. That might be another way to explain. So we'll see what he does, but it looks like it's going to be the Spire just from the position of the... Yeah, it looks like the Spire is coming up. So it could be something like the Spire into +1 lurkers. But we'll have to wait and see what he decides to do. Now we do have a small M&M group moving out. The EB is coming down quite on time. And the +1 or the stim is on the way. I do expect the +1 to come to be researching once that EB is done. It's a pretty vital upgrade. The Spire does get spotted, get scanned, and Luxury should be safe from this small group as well. But it looks like he will be going for the bust, but I don't think this is enough. There is enough Zerglings here to deny this. Oh, but there's a couple of Firebats coming in the back, so actually this is doing a lot more damage than I expected. That third Sunken was not nearly done, so he should probably pull the drones back at this point, because he's losing a lot more drones than he needs to. Wow, this was pretty impressively done by Memory. It seems like even Luxury was not expecting it, but those two Firebats really did quite the number. The idea typically, and you can see Luxury is saving his larva just to get the Mutalisk. So the idea is typically they say a medic, a Sunken. And that third Sunken was already morphing, but it seems like there was enough of a timing for Memory to try and push that. And that's what he did, and unfortunately the Sunken didn't finish in time to do the damage. We do see what looks like probably a Hydra Den, I would presume at this point, or a Queen's Nest. Yeah, Queen's Nest. So the meters are coming in. So what Luxury has to essentially do is do quite a bit of damage with these meters, because he lost a lot of drones there, and he's had to commit to obviously building the Sunkens. He lost the Zerglings. Like, his meters are his whole army right now, and his drone count is pretty low at his expansion. While on the other hand, Memory has a huge army, so Memory can actually even bust this base, but I'm pretty certain he won't be doing that. The Muse will be denying that, and obviously it's not a good idea at this point. But you can see Luxury does feel the pressure. So this is Memory does have firm control of this game at this point. Now the question, how much thirst does Memory have in the back? Because one turret will not defend against these Mutas. There is quite a bit of M&M there, so that should be fine, but keep in mind those M&Ms are stimming constantly, so the medic energy will run dry. And this position is great for Luxury, because of the little area there, and this is fantastic Muta micro, so he's actually killing quite a bit of units. And if he's able to whittle down this army, and you can see he is just droning up heavily as he goes to Hive, and this is, I believe the Hive is on it's a faster time for the Hive. Usually the Hive is a little more delayed. Would you see a second chamber? So I'm starting to wonder if this might be some kind of a crazy Zerg at this point. Get the upgrades, get the Mutas with the double Evo chamber upgrades ready, and then go with the Crack and add the Ultras later on. The Mutes are doing a fantastic job, Joe. They've killed so many M&Ms, and he's only lost the one Mute if I'm not mistaken. So this is what Luxury needs to do to get back into the game. Keep in mind he does have the third gas as well from his in-base, so he's actually on 3 base already. And as long as he keeps denying, he keeps killing minions and Firebats and medics here and there, this will basically keep Memory having to reinforce the army, and at the same time he can dip into the main like what he's doing, and then just kill some workers and deny mining and... Now I do see some units moving up there, so it looks like that drone will actually be stopped. So that was a nice on Memory's part. He's going to be denying that 4th base before it even goes up. We do see the Ultras Cavern coming up. Okay, exactly. So Crack must be researching right now. More than likely +1 is already finished. Yeah, we see it as well. The +1 armor, I mean. And the +1 attack is probably on the way. So it's gonna end up being some variation of crazy Zerg. The thing is, this EV is going to go down. It's actually researching as well. It's not being repaired. So wow, okay, that was a fantastic win, because this will help Luxury go up in the upgrade department. The Marines do have +1 attack already. Oh, I don't know if this is a good idea. This is not a good idea. It doesn't feel like it's a good idea, at least. But it seems like he's actually made it work. Because the idea is that the Marines here are keeping the Terran back. The snipe, if he actually snipes this other BB, it'll be extremely, extremely huge. He will deny that second port from going up, but it looks like he will run out just before the Marines come in. So it looks like he's essentially playing a similar game to the C versus 0, or similar style, similar strategy. So we do see the bottom 4th base for Luxury. If he gets that up and manages the gas, he can, with the Zergling Ultra, especially with the upgrades, and once the Ultras get the armor and speed is on top. Oh, but this is a fantastic drop as well. We didn't see, there was no vision, so this is going to target the Evos, and this is going to be a huge loss. He has to defend this. Does he even have any units close by? I see a couple of units coming down, but he's going to lose the first Evo. And if I'm not mistaken, that was his plus the attack Evo. He's going to lose the second one as well. Oh wow, this is wait, it's gonna be really close. He will lose it. He's gonna lose it. He's gonna lose it. Oh, ho, ho. So this barely survives. Looks like a single digit if I'm not mistaken. So it looks like Memory evening things up just a bit there with that drop. This kind of feels like it was on Luxury's part. He was doing a fantastic job with the mutas, but he sort of suspected a potential a drop just because of the way the map is. Now, the Terran does have the 1-1 and is taking his in base, go up to 3 bases. On the other hand, the Zerg is still on the 0-1, so just the 1 armor. Now, again, if I'm not mistaken, oh, and it looks like that dropship will scout the bottom base. And there is a chance it's going to get denied because the Ultras are going to take quite a bit of time to come down there. Memory does need to stim to try and get that bit. It looks like that's what he is doing. Looks like that, the whole purpose of that one is just to snipe. So this, yeah, that base is down. The Ultras unfortunately were done that in time. So both players are playing this extremely well. Now the Ultras are out. Crack should be done at this point. Oh, and the Musa even denied that 3rd base. That is a great move from Luxury's part as well. Now I do like what Luxury is doing here. He's taking the top left and the bottom right. What this essentially means is that there's a chance that one of them won't get scouted, or less chance to be getting scouted, so one of them will potentially go up. I would have personally also liked if he actually took the closer base, just because it is a high ground that's easy to defend. But they also still don't have, oh, they do have speed now, which is great. I would love to see the upgrades, because the armor Evo was sniped if I'm not mistaken. That SCV will scout the top. So Memory will know that there is a base up there. We'll see if he's going to shift his focus there, but there is quite a lot of Ultras. I don't see any Zerglings. And the thing is, you need, Ultras are great, they do absorb a lot of damage. Oh, and those are a lot of snipes on the vessels. So this is not a bad move, but again, I would love to see a lot more Zerglings with this, because the Zerglings do a lot of damage, especially with when they have crack. Now, there is quite a bit of M&M and tanks back, so it looks like Luxury is going to run most of his Ultras and just keep the irradiated ones back, just because they will do damage to all of the M&M. So, the saturation is not too bad. That top left base is alive for now, but I expect the drop to come in and just kill it. 2-1 is finished for Memory. What about Luxury's upgrade? Look, it's like, yeah, so he doesn't have any attacks, it's only just the armor. So the armor is great. And look at that, yeah, a drop is coming in. That base is going to be forfeit because I don't see any units close by, but I do see what looks like to be Scourge, and looks like Luxury is taking another base at the top as well at 12 o'clock. But this base is going to go down. Oh, you know, he needs to stem and target that. Okay, there you go. This base is going down. So well done by Memory to keep the base count low and the gas, especially with the gas. You don't want the Zerg to go up to the 4 gas. Now that barn base is established, he surely must know about it because Memory Luxury to try to take it earlier on. So we'll see what Luxury has. I do like the addition of more Zerglings, and +1 is now finished. That is great. Not to mention he did get the dropship at least, and he is taking another 2 bases at the top. But Memory's army is quite. Memory does have quite a bit of a big army. Has a lot of vessels with Irradius stacked up, and it's quite fearsome. And he's also on 2/2 as well. Now this attack is interesting because this is gonna force a Memory to move back, and is he going to get the? No, it doesn't look like it. He could potentially got the 1, but this consistent back and forth will force Memory to have to consider defending his main or trying to deny expansion. So this can definitely work in Luxury's favor. This can definitely help him get up more bases up. Now the question is what? Oh, that's a nice snipe as well. The question is what would or what can Memory do, because he has to defend his base, because that is a huge threat. If that attacks his base, he can be in trouble, but he also has to deny the expansions from Luxury. I don't know if this is a good idea to engage at this point, though. This seems like a bad idea. I know he is engaging. Oh, but there's some in the back. Okay, this engage will go a lot better than expected because the others are showing from either side. And this is the kind of situation, this is the kind of win that Luxury needs to do. Now his bottom right base is going to be denied. I can see what looks like a drop down there. So that was not a bad thing from Luxury. He should be able to deny it, but he should be targeting. Oh no, he's not going to be targeting, so he's going to save it. And keep it in top, and the fact that the top left is functioning again, and I do see a gas that's already been made, and there's a facial arm. So all of a sudden, after this fantastic engagement from Luxury with that surround, this game is in Luxury's favor from my perspective. +2 is not done for Luxury just yet, but we do see the 1 gas, the 2 gases, and that's a huge amount of ultras. There's no other tanks. The MNM is extremely small. Now he could potentially bust this, but he does need to move the ultras in position, and he seems like he does this. The science vessel is down. I mean, Memory could potentially hold on, but he's in a bad situation. He's going to have a hard time coming back from this, honestly. And I do see something at the top left. Looks like it might have been another drop. So that base is going to survive. So yeah, so the army for Memory is gone. Luxury has pretty much bases all over the map. It's true that some of them, his base are mining out, but between having the better economy, the map control, which means the ability to just drone up, and he has sunken on some of these bases to help defend while his army gets there, this is definitely Luxury's game at this point. He just has to make sure he keeps playing solid, and I think he'll definitely take this. And his +2 is done now, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that's his +5 as well for the ultras. So upgrades are close. That marine is absorbing quite a bit. I mean, I personally don't think it's a great idea for him to lose all his ultras here, but he's probably just wants to keep denying he probably just wants to keep producing the Terran army, and it's not necessarily a bad idea because this will give him time to saturate his bases and create an even bigger army. And we just see more and more ultras and zerglings streaming out. Now I fully expect the base in the barn to get denied. And looks like that's what Luxury is planning to do, basically. And with that denied, it's going to be just 2 bases for Memory, the M base and the one close to it. And it's going to end up being about 3/4 bases for Luxury. I can also see Luxury is taking another base adjacent to his in base, just on the high ground. So that's going to put him even further ahead. And we even have Defias coming in, so this is going to be probably the killing blow, because once you get a single with Ultra Link, once you get that nice swarm on top of the army, you're going to do a lot more damage, and it's already cost efficient with good control and with good macro behind to support the units. Now this is not a bad engagement for memory, but honestly there is a lot of units here, and the Irradiate is doing a lot of damage. Typically they recommend doing the Irradiate when the units are far enough away that they'll soak a lot of the damage, and then do Matrix in the actual fight for some of your units, but it's pretty hard to deal with Crazy Zerg, especially in the late game, because you have to be all over as Terran, and the army can be extremely fragile. Now this was a nice save with all the medics, but I mean this other mining base is gone. I was gonna get it has to be lifted because he doesn't have an army to actually push us back. You can see the GG. So fantastic done by both players. Memory did play a decent game, but Luxury did get that nice economic advantage and that amazing surround, and that gave him the ability to get back into the game. So Memory will be eliminated, and Luxury will move on to the finals match.